Hello, man. Hello, Mgtows. Let's see how my sound is. Hello, man. Hello, Mgtows. That sounds good. That sounds good. Put that down, bring that up. I'm just trying out some new stuff today. And hello, man. It's Saturday afternoon, I think. Is it Saturday afternoon? Yeah, it's Saturday afternoon, and everything's kind of groovy and doesn't get better than Mgtow. Today I wanted to talk about how things go inadvertently Mgtow's way sometimes. And that's about it. Today, Alyssa Milano called for, in Twitter, ignited. She wants a sex strike against men because, well, responsibility and accountability is wanted, I suppose. Ooh, let me see. I'm going out of focus there a little bit. That means I shouldn't move around so much. So accountability and responsibility is what she's talking about in the sex strike. Don't spread those, that V, that thing that they have. Take responsibility for your actions. Alyssa Milano is calling for what let's see what this reads, and I'll go to another page, and we need to understand how desire is a situation across the country. Milano told the Associated Press Saturday. It reminds people that we have control over our own bodies. Well, women do have control over their own bodies. There's three things women have: is they have the right to abort the child once their yes means yes, and go girl. Go girl would be she gets all the benefits of getting pregnant, and she gets all those things. Everybody supports her. Health and welfare and human services support her. And she noted women historically withheld sex to protest or advocate political reform. Okay, yeah, that's great. But this is what Mgtow's been saying for a long time. Hey, we're just not at least among Mgtow's. Hey, we're just not going to evolve. There's too much risk involved with this. And what are Mgtow's talking about? Well, we're talking about sexual reproductive rights. And like a Mgtow would say, hey, I'm a man. I can't have a baby. I can't have a baby. Why am I held responsible 100% for a baby if I can't have a baby? Bette Midler joined in her, and woo, go girl. I'm all happy for this. I agree with this 100%. Milano was criticized by the MRA and by a lot of people. She's criticized for her desire to, which is getting people to talk about this. She's this war on women. Now that she's repeating, she's mimicking our Mgtow things. There's a war on men, and we've been hearing this for at least 10 years. She said fear of one of the laws would eventually be decided. Conservative-leaning USA Supreme Court, now, run by the Republicans, since 1973, Roe versus Wade decision legalized abortion, and abortion's not going anywhere. Abortion's not being ruled out. I don't see it going anywhere. It may leave some states, and that'll give you another state. You might have to travel and everything, but there's one sure thing. There's one sure thing that will kind of, it's a prerequisite to this thing. If you don't open them legs, those things, you can't get pregnant. And men can't have babies. So half the population, men, are 48% of the population, 46% by the time they're 30, which is born at 52%. 6% of the population of men will just vanish off this off this planet, and nobody ever asks where they go. But men can't have babies, and that's what I've been saying. When a woman opens her legs up, she's making three decisions at that point. Yes means yes, no means no. She has the right to abort right now. There's no arguing about that. If she feels there's this same day, next day pill that she can take. She says it's absolutely horrifying to herself that she can't she can't decide whether to open those legs or not. It's absolutely horrifying to Milano. That says who anyone who is not completely or totally outraged by this doesn't see where this is leading. And she's a 46-year-old woman that was popular in the mid 80s, probably. I can put up a screenshot on that if you want. And she's not looking too great. She's 46 years old. She's hitting the wall now. And guess what? She wants to call for she wants to call for a strike, a strike on sex. And I say, fine. It's 100% fine. Hello, Double J. Hello, anybody that's coming in now. Alyssa Milano wants it's all about procreation. Yes, it is all about procreation, Carly. Women are simply once again trying to manipulate men by blackmailing them. If it's a blackmail. It's blackmail to husbands, or if you get married and you want to have a child, it's blackmail. But I think what she's talking about is the hookup culture and the single female culture, which is so prevalent today. It's the go girl mentality. And what I say, what would Camus say? If women want these things, women become their own god. And that's what Nietzsche would say. Nietzsche would say, well, it's time that you become your own god. And this thing keeps going out of focus, and I don't know why it keeps going out of focus, but hey, I'll just deal with that. Become your own god. And in that, because you take on accountability, you take on responsibility. Those legs, you shut them. And this won't happen. And men won't have to worry about child support, about things ruining their lives, because that's reproductive rights for men. Now, in the same vein, how can we have half of the world or half of our culture enjoying reproductive rights when the other half, men, have no reproductive rights? When it comes to the idea of abortion for a man, he says, I financially can't afford this. I'll go to jail. And they say, so what? Man up. You will go to jail if you cannot financially. If a woman, 73% of abortions that happen today happen because financially they can't afford it. And I understand that. I financially could not afford it. They said, but you're a father. And I said, I can't have a baby. Father being the positive to mother. I can't have a baby. I never can. Nothing's coming out of there. Nothing's happening with that. Men can't have babies. But we take on 100% accountability for that. And that's what women are talking about. They're talking about accountability and responsibility. Accountability and responsibility is a great thing. Men do it all the time. We go to work. We take care of our families. We take care of ourselves. We take care of our homes. We build things. We build everything in this world. Most everything in this world. Maybe we don't do knitting. Knitting's not fun. I've tried it. But I did knit myself a hat. You're going to love this. It's a Mgtow pussy hat. I knitted that. I'd like to put it on for you. My Mgtow pussy hat. It's got Mgtow now on it. I don't know if that's coming backwards to you. That's my Mgtow pussy hat. I support females' rights in those things. I'll support females if they don't want to have sex. Then don't have sex. Don't open those legs. Don't have children out of wedlock. Don't have responsible sexual intercourse behind a dumpster at the local bar. Don't do those things. Plan your life. Take accountability and responsibility for your life. Like I said, men can't have children. There's no day in this world that I'm going to pop one of those out. There's no chance of me getting pregnant. And that's what we're talking about. We're talking about my body, my right. And I believe 100% in her body, her right. But I also believe there's a contrapositive to that, and that's my body, my right. But they'll take the adage in the courts that once the sperm leaves the body, once the sperm leaves the body, it's no longer your property. Wait, that's a part of my body, and I don't have rights, and I don't have abortion rights, and I don't have a lot of rights in this world, and I will pay, and I will pay financially hard if these things happen. Seems like a little bit of hypocrisy when Alyssa Milano wants to, manipulate men. Say, well, we're not going to do that. And I know that's important to a lot of men, but a lot of us Mgtow monks have been saying for years, me at least 15, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to practice that thing. I'm going to hold that away. I'm going to go on strike. Mgtow is men on strike. The same thing as Alyssa Milano wants. Do you want to see that? Yeah. No, I'm not even going to show her it. I'm not even going to show her face. She's a 46-year-old woman that she's a feminist and an activist, and I can appreciate that. I can appreciate that. I don't want nothing to do with that. I'm a Mgtow. These things could matter very little to me unless they affect, well, my reproductive rights. But I don't have reproductive rights. It's like the old joke we used to do around Mgtow. We'd say, hey, we're making a movie. Everybody's finally doing this. We're going to make a movie. We're going to call it Men's Rights. We're going to call it Men's Rights, and it's going to be a movie. And then everybody goes look for that movie, and they go come back, and they say, hey, there's no men's rights anywhere. And so exactly, there is no men's rights. Your right is to stand up and be a good guy. Be that, be that guy that you're the guy that pays for things. You're accountable for everything. You got to man up. But if we tell women at the same time to woman up, take accountability for that V, that split V. Don't spread those legs around. Make a plan. Make a life plan. Make a 5-year plan. I don't care what that plan is, but make a plan. It's her body, her choice. Right, swine dog. It's her body, her choice. She has the right to abort until it comes down to the time where responsibility and accountability of raising that child comes in. Then it's the male's problem. That's lunacy. That's some of the life absurdity that I talk about all the time. And you will be, as a male, put in jail. Well, that seems kind of harsh. That seems real harsh. That's not equality. We want to talk about equality, but that's not equality. That's the same thing as always. Men are manipulated. It's the myth of male power. Females have all the power. They know it. They produce the babies. We just donate copies of DNA. That's all we do. That's all we do. And you can get that anywhere. There's no special act or special deed that happens with that. But as for male reproductive rights, yes. If you want these reproductive rights, your body, your choice, the right to abort, go girl. That glass ceiling, smash through it. I want that for them. But in the same vein, I also want them to take responsibility for those things. It's not a weird request. It's actually a very logical request. I've run it through a truth table. It works. It's logical. If A gets this and B gets this, then it's equality. But if A gets this and B gets all the responsibility, males, then that's inequality. It's simple logic. Most humans do that in their brain 2.5 million times a day. Simple logic gates. Syllogisms, they're called. The average person, I suppose. But today's society is so absurd, chaotic, out of control that people can't figure these things out. I think it's weird, but hey, who am I? I didn't make the laws. Like I said, our uh, our our hero Al Bundy said it perfectly. He said men lost all their masculinity on that day where they said we're having a baby. Because if there's something that's not true and is lunacy and is absurd, is a man thinking he's having a baby. You're not having a baby. You can't. And I've come to that. I've cast absurdity away. And I've accepted and I've moved on in my life that men will never have babies, that you will never be a father. And if you buy into that thing and you go before a judge in a divorce court, he's going to take that away and he's going to say, you thought you were a father. You were just a simp. You were just a provider and a protector. And she's going to get a new one and you're no longer a father. And I said, okay, that's what I've been saying. I'm no longer a father. But if this be true, then this be true too. And I am no longer a protector and a provider. That's simple logic. Plato would agree. Al Bundy was a prophet, wasn't he? Al Bundy was a prophet. I love that. He says men lost their masculinity the day they said, we're having a baby because you're not having a baby. And if we certainly are having a baby and we're having a baby, and that's the way the courts look at it, then we should have the right to abort. Financial abortion for men. And we're talking what? Reproductive rights. And that's what Alyssa Milano wants to argue. But she says, let's have a sex strike. And I said, man, you're about 10 years, 15, 20 years behind Mgtow. We said that a long time ago. Didn't you ever read the book, Helen Smith, Men on Strike? That's talking about Mgtow. It takes them about 20 years to catch up, and which is sad. It'll take them about 20 years to catch up. I think traditional society takes about 20 years for traditionalites to catch on what we're saying. 20 years. That's a whole different generation. It's like they have to hear it. It's got to go into their DNA. They got to reproduce. And then the next generation will get it. That's ridiculous. Hello, men. Hello. Hello, Victor. Hello, Ref. Hello, Carly. Hello, everybody that came in today. I was a little outraged about that. I was a little unhappy about that. Alyssa Milano wants to have a sex strike. I say, fine. Everybody on Twitter is all up. No, don't do that. You girls are so bad. I say, fine. That's what Mgtow's been saying. Fine. Walk away. Do what we did. Makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? Walk away. Close those legs. Get a good job. Save. Have a child. You can pick any man in this world. The incels will be mad, but who cares about the incels? Don't lie to us men anymore. Let's do away with the whole system. Let's do away with the marriage courts. Let's do away with the family court. This settles it all, if you think about it. Women on strike. This settles it all. Don't spread those legs. Have a career. Go, strong girl. I'm all for that. I'm 100% for feminism as long as feminism decides to take responsibility and accountability for themselves. But we don't seem to hear those words in these stories. Why don't we ever hear these words that, oh, women are going to walk away. Women are going to take accountability. We're going to spread our legs. We're going to plan for our future. We're going to make sure those kids are okay. We're not going to beg for childcare. They can marry each other for all I care. Or else we have to go the other way. And that would include males. And that would include males' right of reproduction. Say, no, I don't want my sperm hijacked. I don't want to have a baby. I cannot financially support it, so I will abort. And then I walk away and say, sorry, should have kept your legs shut. But that's what she's saying. She should have kept her legs shut. But there's a different understanding there, I think. And I don't know what the confusion in that understanding is. It seems logical to me. Alyssa, I've got a book. I'll send it to you. It's called Logic. A woman writes it. It's Deborah Harris. She's a mathematician. I'll send it to you for free. I'll even pay postage. Jesus. These things, the hypocrisy in this world and the absurdity in this world goes a far way. And I myself, I'm sick of it. I'm not angry at the whole world, and I don't hate people. All I want is the same thing everybody wants. I want equality. I want the right to abort. I want the right to decide whether my sperm leaves my body, and I can cut it off at that point and say it's like picking through the trash. You can have the trash, but don't come ask me for anything. I'm not a father. A father is a made-up word. We're having a baby? No, we're not having a baby. You are. I can't have a baby. And that's the truth of the matter. And I've been preaching that for a nice 15 years now. I can't have a baby. It's lunacy to tell me that. It's lunacy to tell me that. That would hurt. It would kill me. And even the act of procreation, I don't want some dude doing that to me. I agree 100%, Alyssa. Shut those legs. Pull them together. Plan for it. Go girl. Go feminism. I agree 100%. I just don't want nothing to do with that as a Mgtow anymore. And I think most men are coming to that, coming to their senses. Some men are buying sex dolls. They say, oh, I can get that emotional support from a latex machine. It's pretty sad that you can get the same emotional support, love, affection, and all that from a latex inanimate object. A lot of men are going that way. That's their way. I'm not going to complain or yell about it. I think it's deviance. But hey, go whatever route floats your boat. That's what I say. Whatever floats your boat. You know what floats my boat? Mgtow does. Being on strike. That floats my boat. Because I don't have to worry about that risk no more. I don't have to worry about people lying to me. More than once in my life, I've been told that I'm having a baby and it wasn't my baby. Could have possibly been my baby. Go get a DNA test, I say. Never to return. So I just wanted to stop by on a Saturday afternoon, and I was testing out my new camera. I don't have quite enough room right yet until I get this room next to me all cleaned out, and Dougie's in there right now, and it's Dougie's room, and I have to move my desk in there, and then I get my office back. Wow, it's been so many years since I've had my office that I can't hardly remember. Then I'll get some room and fill the screen back there, and maybe work on that, put a little effort into it and stuff. But what do you think? Do you think Alyssa Milano should squeeze those legs together at 46 years old? I think she should. Have that strike. Go girl. Copy Mgtow. I want all women to do what Mgtow monks do. I want them to be responsible, and I want them to be happy, and I want them to be independent. Hey, go for it. That's what I want for yous, all the women out there. I want them all to have that. But it is their body. It's not mine. And it is their choice. And they do have the right to abort, and I don't. And I can't have a baby anyways. So that's all that this is about. John Q, that was a little bit harsh. No, I'm not going to argue and complain with feminism anymore. I'm not going to do that thing. I stopped doing that a long time ago because I seen it as absurdity. There's only one thing women need to do, and that's take responsibility for their bodies. And that'll end everything. The gender dynamics war is over. The presumed war on them will be over. It's called virtue. Virtuous males. So James Woods was the antagonist to, I think James Woods back in the day was the antagonist to Alyssa Milano. So that's all I got to say today, and I thought it was quite amusing, and I snickered. Sometimes I wish the world could see me snicker and laugh and giggle when these things happen, and I'm sitting behind this screen, and I just start reading it, and I was just going, what an idiot. What an idiot. That's the same thing Mgtow's been doing for 20 years now. We've been walking away, being happy, enjoying our lives. And I do believe in Mgtow. Go for it, girl. Go Mgtow. Walk away. Your responsibility, totally. Get that job. Go do it. Don't ask us for anything. Don't ask us for anything. So that's about it. That's all I got to say. I wanted to try that thing out behind me. I don't have enough room, and it's bothering me. And I hope you're all having a great Saturday. It's kind of pleasant, but not really. It's a little bit chilly. Dougie's enjoying it outside. 50s his favorite weather. He's got a fur coat attached to his skin. And gynocentric society. It needs to be fixed, but it needs to be fixed logically by logical people. Not by emotional people, not by people with all the feelings. They have all the feelings. By Mgtows that have put that stuff away. By reasonable people. By logical people. I think there's still some left out there. Haven't run into too many nowadays, but I think that'll fix itself. Maybe within 20 years, they'll get the next step. I won't be around then. But if it takes them 20 years on average to get these things, that's not saying a lot. That's not saying a lot for them. And I'm going to head on out. I got some things to do. And thanks a lot for coming around. And most of all, thanks a lot for being Mgtow.